Hello YouTube, we're having some fun today. I am lying, this is not fun. Years ago I had this bicycle post shoved in here. This was a welding hammer, okay? So then I brazed it. I'm glad I didn't weld it, or I would not have attempted this. So I decided just to drill through the brazing, which is not quite a 1/4 inch thick. I got off there a little bit. That's why we're deciding whether to make this big enough and turn this upside down. I don't know if you can read this. It might be gone by the time I'm done. It's plumb with a regular U, not like the old days, the V. Is that Greek lettering, where they used a V instead of a U? I think you can tell what it is. So that way we know if it's gone right. I got you all as a witness. It's genuine plumb hammer. Okay, that's probably like an inch square stock when I started out. It's about 4 1/4 inches long. It weighs about, I don't know, I don't think it really weighs 2 pounds. I'd call it about a 2-pound head though. We want to make a nice crossfeed hammer because we do not have one. And we're not going to pretty it up to the chrome polish. It'll probably have gun bluing on it when we're done. So it'll probably be bare metal till we get to that point. But you see all that brazing that's sucked into the metal. I mean, we used the torch to do it, big torch. We're going to use this handle that we revived. Now, if you don't see the video on this, I do have the video. I chopped it off, used some clear Gorilla Glue. It's been 24 hours on the glue. If it does not hold, I don't know what to do. You start drilling and stuff, you're going to split something. I suppose you could drill here and countersink a screw, like a sheetrock screw or wood screw, and then fill a hole in. But I think it'll hold. This is off my old hammer that I had, where I chopped the head down shorter and modified the claw hammer handle to fit it. Well, this is way too big, so we thought about making it one of those odd hammers, like I did the little blue bulbing hammerhead. It's really not the correct handle, but we don't care. And I think that gave me about, well, you'll be able to swing it. It gives me about 9 inches to the bottom of the head, so we'll be able to swing this thing if we have to. We want to kind of revive it just for metal work and stuff, and not use it so much as pounding for welding. We used to pound on welds, you know, to get the flux off. Pound on stuff like we're heating something, bend it over. I mean, when I first did this head and cleaned it up, it was not like this. It was pretty good. I used this flapper disc and stuff. But enough talk. I'm looking at my timer. It's not going to be a long video. I'm trying to keep these under 10 minutes, but I hope you're entertained even if they are longer. I really do not want to try to make this big as the bottom. You see I have some reference marks. If you can see that little scratch line we did go over. We're probably going to keep the wood down about 1/8 of an inch and fill in with epoxy. And that little defect, we'll know it's there, but who cares. But can you see the junk left in there? Some of the metal from that. I said that was a bicycle seat post. You see some of that garbage that's still in there? We're using these. They do clog up, but that's all I've got. I switched to a better one. This one clogged, so beware. Brass will clog anything. So, 4 minutes. That's enough talk. Let's go back to work. Okay. Show you some of my progress. We took our 36 grit flat disc, then we took a 120 flapper disc. I don't think we're ever going to get this to a mirrored polish, but notice that's bullet nose shape. Because I'm going to be working with tin and I don't want no sharp edges. You know, when you don't want to put no sharp marked edges if you're working on tin or metal. And the same with here. This is not perfectly round. You can tell how this is squared and then sort of made round. I've been filing this so it's not domed up in the middle too much. I want to hit as flat as it can because I don't want to leave really dimples in the metal. Of course, you got to chamfer the corners. So it's semi-octagon shape. But this stuff is soft. Was hard to grind here. I made that bigger because this is the top now. This was the bottom. I do not know what happened here. If I can show you. I got carried away somewhere. Like I said, I don't think it's going to be mirrored polish. It'll just be buffed, shiny steel. I need to get some more bluing. But this metal is softer than what you think. I can probably do it on camera here a little bit. And you can dig right into it. If you looked at the desk, you'd see a lot of it laying here. But different directions. You know, go this way, then turn. You go a quarter turn, but I turn while I'm doing 8 ways. Turn. Get this one, then turn it this way, and turn it. Just keep doing that, looking at it, because the head wasn't really straight. It's still not straight yet. I know there's a high spot in there somewhere. Off next to our scrubby wheels and stuff. We're going to try to keep the scrubby wheel away from here, being that's that nice right now, and see what we can do with it. All that brazing, now what a mess. I mean, that took a long time grinding that stuff out of there. I can't remember how I brazed that. If I had that tube shoved there and it was hollow, I might have laid a piece of tin in there to keep filling full of braze. Just something I made a long time ago. But now I want something for working with metal, so this was kind of hard to keep that kind of the same. It's cold outside, so you tend to want to hurry. You know, and then your flapper disc, you're never going to get it completely flat. You can come in like this way. I even took the guard off my grinder. Like so. And then you turn around this way. But if you try to go this way, you got to watch it. You might be dishing in, coming back out. That's a straight edge. For an example. But we know that tapers in there. Okay, enough talk. Thought I'd show you my progress. We're off to doing the buffing thing. And then we're going to fit the handle to it. So we're just going to leave it metal for now. So, take a deep breath, go to work. Okay, we're done with the project. We left out some steps because we show so much in each video that, you know, why repeat it? This is black cherry stain, which reminds me of like a light walnut, but it has a little purplish tinge to it if you put it on real light wood. But on this wood, it looks nice and dark. Okay, we had a little gap in here because how we made the handle fit was just a little bit too small at the top. So that's full of epoxy. Can you see that? Nice walnut wedge. And we had it stood up about 2 hours, so it's soaked down in there. Won't show you that mess. There is a lot of gap down there. It's amazing I saved that head, but I did go ahead and polish it with polishing compounds, but I used all my abrasive wheels, but there is a lot of scratches in there. I wanted to put gun bluing on this, and I'm out of it. But for a working tool, you can always keep it clean. I thought about spraying shellac on there because I didn't mention it. I should. This has shellac over it. The stain dried for a few hours, shot it with a couple coats of shellac. One coat, kind of my trick. One coat, it's kind of almost dry, and then spray another coat and leave it alone. Otherwise, it'll run on you. So I'm out of linseed oil. But I don't mind shellac on my hands. It's not real slippery. This was sanded with 80 grit, and that's it. Nothing finer than that. Because I found when I do that, it kind of makes the handles grab a little better. Because it's never really smooth even with shellac on it. It's not slippery smooth. There you go. No yak about it. I'll try to take some good pictures of it. I'm trying to find my ruler. What's the total length on this now? We are at 9.5 inches total length. The handle is not quite 8.5. Because figure I told you this was an inch. And then I say this like a 4-inch head. 4¼ inch head. It was basically was made for whatever inch stock. So, I don't know if I mentioned that. Bullet shape. I think I did that in the last clip. This has been an all-day thing, in and out. You know, do one part. I like that. And it took a while for the stain to dry, and the shellac's been about 2 hours. You wouldn't want to mess with it too much, but it does add a nice touch. That's a piece of walnut, and I make my own wedges. I have walnut firewood, so I got a little back saw. I make my own wedges. And I just like the contrast there, you know, light and the dark. And I don't put metal wedges in my small hand tool. So there you go. We're out of here. We've talked about it too much. Look for the pictures at the end.